Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it's Saturday, and you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, FedEx, United States Postal Service, UPS, and of course that old outlaw Waylon Jennings, and then we also talk all the toy news of the week, and this week, what a week for toy news. We got 2 pages of toy news. So we wrap it all up into a ball, and we do call it weekly purchases. So let's get after it, let's get going, and this quite possibly, I'm going to tell you guys all right now, grab a drink, pack a lunch. This could be a long weekly purchases. I think we got 5 rounds of purchases this week. Unbelievable, plus a ton of news. One of the busiest weekly purchases videos we'll ever have on the channel, and it is so weird. It's the holiday season. Usually this is the dead time, but I guess not. So is time these days. We just don't know if we're coming or going half the time, and I would agree with that statement because I just said it, but I don't know if I'm coming or going. I have had the busiest week this week. As you guys know, I've been in meetings. I've been in meetings the last 2 days. I'm actually filming weekly purchases, the latest I've ever filmed it. It's about midnight, early Saturday morning, late Friday night, however you classify that. I usually film this about 8 hours earlier on a Friday, all truth be told out there. But I was in a big time meeting today. I had my last day of negotiation training. Oh yes, negotiations. Now, if any of you guys have a hostage situation or anything like that, hit up your old boy Kyle. I'll help you out there. I'm a master negotiator, some might say, or maybe not, depending who you ask. But I was in negotiation training. I was in big time meetings all week. It's supposed to be the holidays. It's supposed to be the slow time of the year, but unfortunately, not the case. But it is holiday sweatshirt season. We've been rocking holiday sweatshirts the last, I don't know, 4 weeks, with probably a couple more weeks to come. I might even do a bunch of holiday sweatshirts next week as we are leading into Christmas. This is the weekly purchases before Christmas, some might say. So we're going to do these kind of sweaters. You got to wear them sometime. This is the perfect time of year to wear the holiday sweaters. And of course, one of many Motorhead holiday sweaters I've accumulated over the years. Look at those nice Ace of Spades right there going on. Beautiful. Lemmy and the boys. Love you. Love you. And it's almost Lemmy's birthday for all you guys keeping track at home. Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man movie, just came out today as I'm filming this officially, or maybe it was Thursday. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I'm trying to stay away from spoilers. Plans are Saturday afternoon, Kyle's going to see Spider-Man. So fingers crossed nothing gets spoiled. In the meantime, we'll see what happens with that. But this week, a busy week on the channel, like they all are anymore. They just, who are we fooling? They're all busy weeks on the channel. We did our Jax, Undertaker, Cactus Jack, Jax Class Superstars. We're digging into the Toy Fair Wizard exclusives out there. A great one with the flocked beard on the Undertaker. What a deep cut that is. And then we also did AEW Unrivaled Amazon exclusive Adam Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. Daily Star Wars videos coming to an end. Are you guys prepared for the end of the daily Star Wars videos? I have promised one every single day in 2021. I have never missed a day. I have never missed a day. I'm the hardest working man in YouTube. Come on, gotta be at this point, at least in the action figure game. We unboxed the Amazon exclusive. I'm seeing a theme here. Wolverine 5-pack. We unboxed that this week. Excalibur Disney Store Hasbro Pulse 3-pack exclusive from Marvel Legends. We unboxed that. Marvel Legends Hasbro Pulse Human Torch. We unboxed that one. Stinkor and Fisto from the Masters of the Universe Revelations line this week. Joker and Kotal Khan from Mortal Kombat 11 by McFarlane Toys, of course. The Wreck-N Cycle, got to get a deal out there, and that's what I did. I picked up the Wreck-N Cycle off of Amazon. And then we also did the top 5 Ultimate Editions of 2021 Mattel Wrestling Ultimate Edition. So if you missed that every Thursday, we're counting down something. Counted down the top 5 Mattel Ultimates of 2021. Check out that video. Leave your list in the comment below. And then we also did the top 10 G.I. Joe figures of 2021. You guys know how special G.I. Joe is to me, so that was a fun list to do. So we knocked out a lot of videos this week. A lot of videos coming next week, so stay tuned. You'll see a lot of that stuff in weekly purchases, so be ready for that. All right, let's kick it off with some news. We're going to try to go a little bit faster than normal since we got so much news. Usually it's the holidays, like I said, but something's in the air. People are working all the way to the last minute. Everybody wants your dollar. They're all fighting for your dollar, and guess what? We all vote with our wallets. So time for some news. Super 7, the Turtle Van, the pre-order window's coming to an end. I found an interesting tweet this week via NECA, though. Somebody asked NECA out there, I'm on the fence. I really want to get the Super 7 Party Wagon, but I'd rather have a NECA one. Will you guys be releasing one? Well, NECA didn't say straight up yes, but we all kind of in our hearts of hearts know, and that's exactly what NECA alluded to. They said, what does your heart say? I think that's enough of an answer for me. I was even dabbling getting this turtle van, but I'd rather have a NECA one, and I think it'll be a little bit cheaper. I think it'll still be extremely expensive. Think of that Toon diorama, how expensive that was. I think we'll see some of that going on. But I do think it will be cheaper than the Super 7, so you guys that are on the fence, there might be a glimmer of hope that way for you guys out there. Xmas season, Christmas season, we're in the thick of it. We're in the thick of Motorhead sweater season as well. We saw the Naughty or Nice collection, Pirate Santa Claus, up on Big Bad Toy Store, Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. Go to Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below. Support the channel, all that kind of stuff. But you guys know I love Santa. Of course I do. And I also love Christmas, of course, Santa, Christmas, hand in hand, some might say. But Kyle also loves a pirate. I'm a sucker for a guy in an eye patch, and we got Pirate Santa coming via Big Bad Toy Store in the Naughty or Nice collection. So if you're into that, get off that. Those are shipping, though, Christmas next year, so you got a long wait. Much like the wait Kyle had as a little kid when Santa would come to his house. And you're going to hear more of that this week. Here's a little teaser. Sometime Christmas week, got my old pal, my old dad's coming back on the channel. Old my dad's coming over, and we're going to swap some stories about Christmas of years past. Possibly the greatest Christmas present I've ever received in my life, and we're going to tell that story in every minute detail of the anxiety-driven Christmas that was. So stay tuned this week. You don't want to miss that. And I haven't said it yet, but make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you like this video. Let's help the channel out. And retweets are always appreciated on the videos as well. So there you go. Stay tuned for my dad this week. I know he was a hit with some of you guys. Some of you guys thumbs him down. Hey, it's your prerogative out there. But then other news this week, Iron Maiden. Yes, Iron Maiden. We talked a little Iron Maiden statue last week. Well, this week it's all about the Iron Maiden pop vinyls. Pop vinyls, Somewhere in Time. We got two different Somewhere in Time ones out there. We got Live After Death, and what was the other one? Oh, I got it right here. Let me see. Live After Death, then some weird Eddie, and then Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. And you don't need me to tell you guys about a seventh son of a seventh son. And I wonder if any of you guys out there are the seventh son of a seventh son. If you are, please write in. I'd like to meet you. But yeah, we got pop vinyl Iron Maidens, and you guys know I'm not a big pop guy. That's a dangerous road, but I do limit it to some things. I've got the big zombie ones. I've got a little bit of He-Man stuff going on. Motorhead and Iron Maiden. I'm all in on those. And so it sounds like I got some more Iron Maiden ones to get very soon. I got to think there's going to be some more Motorhead ones in 2022. So there's a little bit of a pop update out there. And then here's one that was, it was kind of announced a long time ago. There was rumors going around we were going to see this year. It never materialized. Then this week there was a leak. I don't know where exactly it came from and how it got out there, but pretty cool if you ask me. And it's the Holiday Edition Black Series figures. You guys remember that from last year. And they got a similar setup this year with a GameStop, Amazon, Target, Walmart exclusive. That's what they did last year. Gave every retailer a different one. But we're getting some interesting Star Wars Black Series characters dressed up in their finest, you know, Christmas sweaters, things like that. But the one that stole my heart has never let go and very well could be a figure of the year next year for me. We're talking about the Holiday Wookiee, and it looks like Chewbacca, basically white, like a Yeti. Like a Yeti? I'm all in for that. So we'll see about this one, but something tells me shipping issues somewhere along the line really fumbled this one. They didn't really announce. There's been no official word from the Hasbro team yet, but will these come out in January, February 2022? Seems weird to get Christmas items at that time. Sounds like a quick way to go to clearance. Will they be held over till next year? I don't know where that's going to go, but I'm definitely getting the Holiday Wookiee. That one is a must-have for me. And then there's a C-3PO in white, which is basically that Hoth droid, and maybe there could be some reuse with that. But very, very interesting dynamic, I felt, with that holiday stuff. We knew they were kind of coming, but then we all assumed, oh, they must not have been. It must have been a bad rumor, but here they are, and more to come. Much more to come on those guys, so stay tuned. Then we get to wrestling news, and we got actually a lot of wrestling news this week from a lot of different companies, which are very interesting. Like I said, this time of year is usually pretty slow in business. A lot of people are burning their vacations, stuff like that. I wish I could, but so it goes. So it goes. Heels and Faces, we talk about them on the channel all the time, and we got some news this week. Some giant news, someone might say. As he announced, Heels and Faces, Zombie Sailor, of course, announced Andre the Giant coming to the Heels and Faces line. We all remember the Andre the Giant Hasbro back in the day. Well, this one's a little bit of a different. This is very end of his WWE career. Andre not moving the best, kind of a weird, different look to him. Very top heavy, as you guys remember. This one's an interesting one. I don't know if anybody was clamoring for an Andre. I think we're all caught up in guys we've never had before that are never out there. But Andre getting kind of shoehorned into Series 2 with Danhausen being removed from Series 2. It's definitely an interesting one. I'm not exactly sure how well this will sell. I don't know if people are looking for that version of Andre. I guess we'll see when the pre-orders come out there. But I wish he would have had a fist. He's got kind of two open hands on him with very, very skinny legs, very skinny arms, which they were skinnier than the old days, but I almost feel they're too skinny. Once again, these are just prototype drawings. He says the prototypes are going to be shown somewhere during Christmas week, it sounds like, so let's stay tuned for those. And then the final thing is, once you get it in hand, once you get it unboxed, that's when you give the final verdict. But an interesting one on this one, we do know Cella Toys has Haku coming out in the retro line, so you got to have those two together, get the Colossal Connection back together. You can relive them against Demolition. Oh boy, the fun you could have with that one. But Andre coming to that. And then another one we talked about a few weeks ago, and I'm sure I'll mess this up a lot over the next year or so. I'll probably call them Bone Crunchers, but they are Bone Crushers. Cella Toys once again coming with another line of retro style toys. This will be an interesting one. The Bone Crunchers back in the day was such a minute window of time, and the people that had them absolutely loved them. A lot of people hate on these, so it's a really divided audience for these. I think that's fair enough. Me, that was kind of the end of my hardcore buying, playing days, kind of as a kid, if you will. That was kind of where I ended it. After like 3 or 4 series of the Bone Crunchers, that was kind of where I dipped out in the completionist territory and all that kind of stuff. Long story, you guys know. But we did see Bone Crushers. See what I did? I almost messed up. Bone Crushers Series 1 Blue Meanie was announced this week. So Blue Meanie, BWO, one of my all-time favorite factions from the old ECW days. I loved Big Stevie Cool. I wish he would have been an ECW World Champion. He was about there, and then, of course, he left, came back. You guys know that whole story. But I have to assume we will get the rest of the Blue World Order in the Bone Crushers line. I think you can also look for that Bone Crushers line to have some spillage over from who they've announced for some of the Cella Retros and the Elite Scale guys. I think we could see some of those into the Bone Crushers line. Gangrel, possibly some of those other ones, Luna Vachon. I think we could see those down the line. It just makes sense. Hey, we got your contract already. We're going to make this toy, this toy, this toy, and so forth. But Blue Meanie is coming. We saw the first digital images, prototype images. No actual figures yet, but I'm sure that will come in early 2022, I'd have to imagine. But very, very interesting stuff there, and it gets more interesting. Another toy line out there, and this one's going to be a Ringside Collectibles exclusive. Use discount code KYLE to save yourself 10%. But Minoru Suzuki coming to the Storm line. Now, we've got tons of Jushin Thunder Ligers, and Minoru Suzuki is the next one they go to. A bit of a head scratcher here. I'm not opposed to getting this figure, of course. I would almost think you'd see him in a Super 7 lineup, but my gut tells me that lineup's going to be severely delayed or just totally canceled. We'll see what happens with that. But Storm Collectibles going to Minoru Suzuki. I don't know. I always feel Storm Collectibles, they do Street Fighter, they do Golden Axe, they do a lot of stuff. They do a lot of toyetic guys. It is a Japanese company. I almost thought we'd see a Great Muta, an Ultimo Dragon, more Great Sasuke, something along them lines. How about Power Warrior? Heck, how about the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors? Give us some of that in Storm Collectibles. I wish the Road Warriors. Can you imagine Storm Collectible Road Warriors or Ultimate Warrior, Kerry Von Erich, stuff like that? Instead, we're getting Minoru Suzuki. And nothing against the guy. You know, Boss Rutan used to beat him up in Pancrase all the time. He was almost a jobber in Pancrase back in the day. But well-respected fighter, well-respected on the indie scene. He's been on AEW. He's been on Ring of Honor. He's been on Impact. He's been all over the world. I mean, a very famous, world-renowned wrestler. But not the most toyetic, I don't think. It'll be interesting what they do. Maybe they'll give him different heads, I guess. A smiling head, a sick head, whatever. But he's black tights and, you know, wrestling shoes. There's not a lot to do there. Where the Ligers, you get so many colorful outfits, that kind of stuff. So we'll see. I'll pick this up. It sounds interesting enough for me, but it'll be really interesting how well this one sells. If you go to Ringside Collectibles right now, there was people that said, I said I should have waited on that Liger, and a lot of people said the 89 debut Liger. I should be more specific. I said I should wait to that because I think it'll go to clearance. And a lot of people in the comments said that'll never go to clearance. That's not going to happen. I think it's down to like $30 on Ringside right now. I should have played that long game. I knew that one would not be a very good seller compared to the others because it's not as toyetic. People don't remember that look. The other ones, they don't remember the look, but they remember the outfit just in different colors. So it fits. Where that 89 debut Liger, outside of a small percentage of people out there, they don't know anything about it. And I was one of those people, but I picked it up. But now it's down to, like I said, $30. Whew, that's a deal. Got to get a deal. Save 10% with Kyle on top of that. So for you long gamers out there. Then we turn our attention to another wrestling figure company. I can't imagine how many wrestling figure companies. We're living in the golden age, and a lot of us don't even know it, but we are. But it's FTC, and FTC, about the most hit and miss of all wrestling figure companies out there. You guys have seen, I do some dabbling in them. But we're getting the Zombie Princess Jimmy Jacobs, 2 different varieties there. Looks really cool in the images that they've released. It's just when it gets to in hand, something is lost, especially on the faces for me. So I think this is a pass, and we don't really see these things on clearance or anything like that, unfortunately. So it's looking like a total pass for me. But you Jimmy Jacobs fans, you can get your Jimmy Jacobs FTC ordered fairly soon. Alex Wright out there, there's been a lot of them. I like the PCO figure a lot. I like the Demon figure a lot. Blue Meanie is all right. It mixes in a little bit with your Stevie Richards Ruthless Aggression figure. But yeah, it's a very, very hit and miss company, as you guys know on the channel. Now we turn our attention to Mattel. Mattel news. It just keeps coming. So Mattel WWE Elite Target exclusive Royal Rumble wave starting to hit some of the California targets out there. Gotta think usually for me, being in the Midwest, or you guys in the Midwest as well, usually about 2 weeks after the coasts get things, usually comes our way. So I got to think early January, and that's the exact same time frame we saw last year. It was about the week after the first of the year, those started hitting. So if you're looking to build your Jimmy Hart Build-A-Figure, the Royal Rumble wave come to a Target near you, out in the stores on the West Coast right now. Then we turn our attention to AEW Jazzwares, just working our way down the line. Leaked photos this week, the bane of my existence, but you know, it's kind of like the news, the sports score. Once it's out there, you got to report on it. It sounds like the next unrivaled exclusive limited edition figures, we're getting a 1 of 3,000 Jericho, 1 of 5,000 Jon Moxley. 2 guys, no stranger to the lineup. 2 guys, no strangers to the chases. Moxley, that's all I'm going to give that one. Of course, I'd pick it up if I saw it. I'd pick up any chase. But I don't know if they're the greatest chase figures we've seen so far. But unfortunately, it was leaked again. I don't know how Jazzwares haven't got a hold on these leaks. I mean, they got somebody inside leaking this stuff out. I mean, I can't imagine in my company if we had something like that, the guy would be fired immediately. And they could track that down fairly easily. I don't know what's going on with Jazzwares with all that, but another leak, another day, I guess you'd call it at this point. We also saw from AEW another accessories pack. I still haven't opened the last one, but we got another one. I might wait for that one to come and do them both together. I don't know. Maybe we'll play that game. But the AEW accessories pack comes with a Cracker Barrel. It doesn't say Cracker Barrel on it, but that's from that Cracker Barrel match they had, gosh, a year and a half ago maybe at this point. Very interesting accessory. I'm here for it. I'm here for those old Jack's days of the crazy accessories. We're just another pack away from the old school slime toilet that looks just disgusting, and maybe the old beat up couch. Boy, those might be coming in 2022 to the AEW accessories line. We'll see if that happens. But then I did also, speaking of AEW, the AEW news rolls on. 12/21 ship date, apparently. We'll see if that holds out. We might know next week in weekly purchases. But that Sting/Darby Allin face paint Sting figure sounds like it's finally shipping. I think it was supposed to be early December, then 12/14, now 12/21. Fingers crossed that comes. It might be the last wrestling figure of the year. We'll see if that happens. But I found that to be very interesting that was coming soon. So stay tuned. And if you pre-ordered, it could be in your mailbox next week. So make sure you're paying attention to all that out there. All right, there's one page of news down. Holy cow. And now we go to the second page of news. And we're talking toy drives. I've been promoting the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Toy Drive, which is over and done with. I think they said that over 6,000 toys they picked up for that. So kudos to all you guys that donated out there. And then, of course, the Fig Cave. They also had a toy drive for all toys, not just wrestling, a yearly tradition for them. And they had very much success, or a lot of success, we'll call it, with their toy drive. So hopefully you guys all donated to a toy drive, be it those or be your local toy drive. You guys saw me and my daughter Emma. We did a lot of that on the channel here a month ago, something like that. 'Tis the season, as one might say out there. And then we turn our attention to Marvel Legends. Yes, Marvel Legends coming in hot on a Thursday live stream. This is probably the first live stream I've missed in a year and a half. I was just deep deep in the trenches of a meeting, so I did not get to watch this one live. I actually watched it late Thursday night. I'd already seen some spoilers out there. I was like watching those things live. It's so much funner live. Everything's funner live. I don't like the spoilers, but I got a few, but I did keep out of it, and I did see some things with fresh eyes, which was very fun out there. And it's funny, I was going to do a top 5 most wanted Marvel Legends in 2022. Well, they knocked 3 off my list just there, so really stealing the thunder out of one of my videos. Thanks a lot, Marvel Legends team. But the first announcement was the Doctor Strange movie wave, the old multiverse. It's going to be an interesting wave out there. So we saw Despair, and he was shown months ago as kind of a teaser pick. Here's what's coming in the future. Well, we know he's in the Doctor Strange wave, and he seems kind of like a mystical, magical villain out there. I think that's fair. I think he is. I don't know the character at all, but I'm getting it because I'm a sucker for black and white face paint, masks. I don't know what he's got going on there. But a very cool looking figure. I like that a whole lot. Then they came out with a heavy hitter, and I'm a kid of the late 80s, the 90s of Marvel. I was almost going to say Marvel Legends, but Marvel Comics, Marvel trading cards. That's a big talk on those Marvel Legends Hasbro live streams out there. I was of the age collecting the comic book cards back then. Baseball cards, all that stuff. But those Marvel cards were great. And one of the characters in that, where I first heard about, was Sleepwalker. We are finally getting Sleepwalker in the Marvel Legends wave. I think that is very cool for you 90 kids out there, like myself. The funny thing is, nobody really likes Sleepwalker. We just all remember Sleepwalker. So it's a very kind of tongue-in-cheek release, much like Frogman maybe. I don't know if we'll say it's as good as Frogman. I don't see Sleepwalker topping Frogman. Marvel Legends top 10 video of the year on the channel. Check that one out if you missed it. Talking all things Marvel Legends, the best of the year. But we're getting Sleepwalker in there. Then we turn our attention to Doctor Strange, who... Remember the last Doctor Strange movie wave back in the day? Peg Warmer City. I hope we don't see a thing. You know, we always say if you don't remember your past, you're doomed to repeat it. We say it on the channel all the time. I think we're going to repeat that. There's too many Doctor Stranges coming, and they're going to be peg warmers. Not everybody wants 10 Doctor Stranges. So we got that Spider-Man one from the new Spider-Man movie on the pegs right now. I don't know if that'll be cleared out by the time the multiverse or Doctor Strange in the multiverse figures come out. But we're getting an astral Doctor Strange, where once again on the live stream they said, yeah, we just kind of guessed what he was going to look like. We didn't have all the details. We had to release something, and now we're making it right. And I hate it when they do that. I don't think they should say, hey, you know, just forget the past. Let's start over. Don't bring up past mistakes, because they've been telling people, in my business hat, I'm putting the old business hat on, they've been telling people right now, hey guys, all the movie figures that come out before the movie and stuff, we really don't know what they're like. So if you're smart with your money and you got to get a deal out there and you love playing the long game, just wait 6 months, a year, something like that, because we're going to give you the correct version in the future. They've repeatedly said that in these live streams without being as verbatim as I am. So Business 101, don't admit your past mistakes unless you really have to, unless you're in front of a judge and jury or something. You don't have to in those live streams. Just move ahead and talk about what you got now. Promote what you have right now. That's my pro tip of the day. Hasbro, free advice, no charge. But the Astral Doctor Strange is coming. Then we're getting the Doctor Strange movie edition figure. Not a ton of difference from the new Spider-Man we got in the Spider-Man wave right now. There's a new cape and belt, but I could see a lot of people saying, I'm just going to use that other one. I don't need this one. And then we're getting Master Mordo. He was a big-time shelf warmer, if I believe, in the last one. I think he had a shorter hairdo and stuff, or am I thinking of somebody different? I don't know, but once again, he's got kind of dreads going on, so an interesting look. I'm picking all these up, you guys know that, but I found him to be one of the more intriguing figures in that way. But then one that I really wanted this year, or in 2022, was going to be most requested, Wong. He's been in tons of movies. He was just in the Shang-Chi movies, in the Doctor Strange movie, Endgame, all the other movies out there. So we are finally getting a movie version of Wong. So I think that is pretty cool. He's finally getting his due out there. And then the last one, I'd never even heard of in my life. America Chavez. No clue. I have no idea, but I could see people buying her for a face in the crowd, a face in your turtle scene, street scene, something like that. I think this is a character that might get a lot of reuse out there, but I also think this is a character that will be a heavy, heavy peg warmer. Just hoping some of those other fandoms buy her as a person in the crowd, for example. So that'll be very interesting. But then they said there was a Build-A-Figure, and that's when I perked up, because you guys know I'm a sucker for a Build-A-Figure. It was like, there's a Build-A-Figure, and I'm like, huh? It's like that Vince McMahon meme that goes out there. It's one of those, and then they say he's hairy, and I'm, oh, you got my attention? Hairy. Bipedal? Oh my gosh, hairy bipedal? And he's a creature? Oh, Kyle's in for it. You know this is going to be in Kyle's top 5 Build-A-Figures of 2022, even if he's never heard of the character. But we're getting a big old Minotaur, and his name's Rinstra. Some magical Minotaur out there, I guess. I don't know anything about it, but he's green, he's hairy, he's a bipedal creature. Sign me up all day long. I'm here for it. I'll definitely be picking this set. I was going to pick it up regardless. Now I got to complete that Build-A-Figure. He's got hooves. Man, legendary figure. I can see it already. So, very interesting, but I'm not sure how well that set will sell. It's going to all do a lot to how popular will that movie be. So, much to come on that. Stay tuned. I got to think those things are hitting in January. My gut tells me January, February at the latest. We'll be seeing those guys sooner than later. But the Doctor Strange madness does not stop there. We keep going. We've got a $32, $33 Target exclusive Doctor Strange. He's got a nice big circle effect, you know, when he does that little thing. I don't know what it's called, but he does that thing. And then they put it in figure form. So there you go. But Doctor Strange, Target exclusive deluxe figure. And then we got a deluxe Thor. Thor comic Ragnarok. Obviously, I know about Ragnarok. I know about the movie. Not real familiar with the comic storyline. It's not like I read them. But I saw this is one of the ones that leaked to me. And I just looked at it briefly in between like a break in my meeting. I said, oh my gosh, this is the 80th anniversary Thor just re-released. I was kind of mad about that. I said, what is going on? I don't want another one of those. But then when I watched the video, we got some pretty sick effects with this one. Very Marvel Select-ish, if you guys remember that unboxing on the channel. We got the swinging Mjolnir going on. That is a cool effect. That is great to have in the Marvel Legends universe we'll call it. So we got that accessory coming there, which is cool. But then you got like I don't know the character. It's not traditionally Thor here. We got like a cybernetic half face, cybernetic hand like Luke Skywalker. Very interesting. So it is Thor, but it's a different Thor. So I was a little bit worried it was a direct re-release. This is a lot more deluxe, and it is different. It can be a different character on your shelf. So kudos to that Marvel Legends team there, because I really do look at my collection, and you guys have seen it. I have a big Marvel Legend collection. I'm like, how many Thors and Iron Mans do I still need? I feel like the day is coming soon where we're going to start getting more re-releases, and that always sucks. It's like, I don't need 2 of this guy, but I want to be a completist. I want all of them. So interesting dynamic with that as we keep growing the Marvel Legends. It's been going on a heck of a long time. Sure, there's new characters, but you got to keep going back to the old stalwarts, the Iron Mans, Captain Americas, and you're fooling yourself if you don't think they're going to give a classic Captain America every few years, a classic Iron Man, a classic Thor, stuff like that. It's a business at the end of the day, as we always say. So there's those exclusives. And then they announced, but no place for him to go quite yet, Ulik, and he was the 2017 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. There was a whole box set. I have that box set. I got it on a weekly purchases like 10, 11 months ago. I forgot about it. Well, I didn't forget about it. I knew I had it still, but I just haven't got to unboxing it yet. Now he's coming out, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to look at that box set. I can't remember who else is in there. Yeah, there's a few other characters in there, so I'll probably unbox it on the channel one of these days, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. But Ulik is coming. He's got 2 head sculpts. He's a deluxe figure. Walmart exclusive in 2022, so be prepared for that. Then Walgreens got a little nod, a little tip of the old hat to the old Walgreens. Get your COVID shot, get a candy bar, get a Diet Mountain Dew, and get your Marvel Legend figure, if you're so lucky. All of my Walgreens have gotten rid of all their Marvel Legends. So this tells me in 2022, January, February, something like that, they're going to do a planogram refresh. And a lot of companies do that twice a year at minimum. Some do it 3 times a year. Walgreens is no different. I expect a reset early 2022 with Walgreens getting Marvel Legends back on the pegs. I got to think Binary. I have not got Binary yet. She has not come this way. Hopefully I can get that one. And then you're getting Baron Zemo and Jigsaw. So they're continuing the supervillain line, which we unboxed. Lady Deathstrike, the crown jewel of that set, if you ask me. Baron Zemo and Jigsaw coming to that line. I like this line a heck of a lot more than the Cosmics. I've never been a big Cosmic guy. I dabble in the Cosmics. They're okay, but I was more of a villain guy. So the Baron Zemo, Jigsaw, that fits the boat for me. I'm here for it all day long. I just hope they come to my Walgreens because I like going to all the Walgreens, but I hate it at the same time. You can only take so many disappointments. And when you go to like 25 Walgreens in a day, you said Saturday, that's it, I'm hitting all these Walgreens. To have 25 disappointments in a row is pretty soul-crushing. And then you say, you know, I could have just bought it off eBay for $10 more or whatever it is. Anyways, Hulk 20th anniversary was announced as well. Kind of a terrible secret, as we knew it was coming, along with Toad. No talk of Toad yet today, but Hulk 20th anniversary coming. Got to get the most out of your molds, and they're doing exactly that with that Hulk figure. We've seen it so many times. He's got an interesting head sculpt that honestly, I felt looked terrible. I just did not like the looks of it, but I have a feeling, like a lot of times, look better in hand, and I hope that is the case. You just longer, scruffier hair, but it's just a weird face with that hair. Something was just off, and once we get at the table, we'll give it the final verdict, so stay tuned for that. But I know a lot of people are happy about that Hulk coming. It is up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, so get after that one. Hulk, he sells, always pricey. If you miss out and you have to get it later on, do yourself a favor, go to Big Bad Toy Store, pre-order that bad boy right now. Then they did their top fives and all that kind of stuff, and I won't go into that. Watch the video, or better yet, watch my Marvel Legends top 10, my Marvel Legend top 5 Build-A-Figures, and then my top 10 MCU figures coming before the end of the year, so stay tuned for that. But after that, they kind of threw us a huge curveball I was not expecting. Maybe it's because I was in a meeting all day, I don't know. But the 2022 X-Men wave was announced, and X-Men, near and dear to my heart, being a kid of the 80s, 90s, at the height of X-Men comic mania, you would say. We got some classic characters and some twists on some characters. So we did get Vulcan, Cyclops, Havoc's brother. For you guys familiar, I'm not familiar at all because I don't remember Vulcan from my reading days. So an interesting character with that. Then we got a creepy looking alien, kind of something almost out of Camino in the Star Wars universe. We got Darwin, and this is, I think, a secret X-Men character. I'm not familiar with the secret X-Men either, but an interesting looking character. He's a conversation starter, much like Frogman on your shelf out there. So take a look at that one. Then, of course, you got to throw a Wolverine. You guys know Wolverine has to come out about twice a year. Probably the most popular X-Men still to this day. I haven't seen any facts and figures, but to me, I think he's number one still. But a different suit for Wolverine and really cool claws they talked about, translucent and stuff like that with little red in them. I'm here for that. I like that looks of that Wolverine. Then you're talking my business as well as Sabretooth. Wolverine, Sabretooth, two of the biggest enemies in my comic book reading days. And whenever I think of comic enemies, that's one that always comes up for me. And I love Sabretooth. I love Wolverine. Not sure what I think about this Sabretooth. They keep saying it's like the original Iron Fist debut appearance of Sabretooth. He was much smaller, of course, then. Something about this head sculpt, just like that Hulk one, was just a little off for me. There's something off on this one. It really brings me back to the old Toy Biz days from Sabretooth #1, if you remember that first Sabretooth figure from their early Toy Biz days, talking like 91, 92, whatever it was, but not as good. I don't know. Once I get this in hand, I hope I will like this one a lot better, but I'm still on the fence on that one. Then we got a character I'd never heard of before, but they teased it a couple streams ago. A character called Maggot. He comes with 2 maggots. They look pretty cool. I love a good magnet. No, I don't actually. Does anybody love maggots? I don't think so. But this character, I guess, is one that people have wanted for a long time. He's a fairly bigger character, which is cool. And like I said, he comes with 2 maggots. Well, how often do you get maggots as accessories? Was it Eenie and Meanie or something their names are? Very, very interesting character there. So Maggot's coming. And then we got Siren. You know, a lot of people are like, you couldn't give me Banshee first. What is up with that? And I got to think Banshee's coming. They alluded to it as well. But Siren we're getting, I guess, don't hold your breath for Banshee. I mean, it's not coming that soon. Maybe summertime if we're lucky. We'll see. But we got that. And then we got Havoc. Now, we've had Havoc in the past. The classic Havoc outfit here. Old leader of X Factor, as I always like to remember him. I'm here for this Havoc. At first, I was like, not Havoc. I already have one close enough. But then they showed the effects. He's got a big backpack spinning effect, hand spinning effects, enough bells and whistles, and enough times passed since that last Havoc came out that I think this one's okay. I think it'll do fairly well, and I think it's pretty cool. So that's quite the lineup there for the X-Men. And once again, I got to think early 2022 on these. But then they announced the Build-A-Figure, and this was going to be my most wanted figure of 2022, and it is Bonebreaker. Many reasons Bonebreaker is special to me. It'll be a very interesting unboxing. Let me pour my heart out to you guys when we unbox that on the channel. But there's a very interesting reason why Bonebreaker is so special to me, and I think you guys will just have to stay tuned for when we build that Build-A-Figure, and I can tell you my storied tale with Bonebreaker. It might break your heart. Very well could be. So stay tuned for that. That's a little Easter egg, a little foreshadowing, something along them lines. But very interesting X-Men announcements. I figured Doctor Strange would be announced. I figured we'd get the draft, their top 5s of the year and stuff. But that X-Men one came out of left field for me, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there as well. Marvel Legends team, firing on all cylinders. It seems like there's a new release literally every single week for the Marvel Legends team. A very costly line to collect. So there you go. So the last thing I have here and kind of the news going on is album of the week, and what an album this week. I had to take a little step back. I was in meetings, like I said, and I needed some chill music. And one of my all-time favorites, you guys know I love heavy metal, but I also love old school country. There's just a dynamic there. I don't know what it is. If you guys watch my Instagram or you follow me on Instagram, hopefully you do it, _Kyle_Peterson. One of my favorite things to do is every video I put a song up with it that I feel goes along. So that's a lot of fun I have. And I do a lot of old school country in that as well. This week, Johnny Cash at the Carousel Ballroom 1968 was released. I absolutely love the live shows, especially the 60s live shows of the Buck Owens, the Waylon Jennings, the Johnny Cashes of the world. Just a lot of medleys, a lot faster than the records, which I always love because they're hopped up on drugs and speed and stuff. Johnny Cash always puts on a fabulous live album. I love it with the whole group, especially when he gets Carl Perkins in there and even the Statler brothers. So I definitely recommend that Johnny Cash album. His live shows are just great, and there's tons of them out there. But every time there's a new one, I'm a sucker. I have to listen to that right away, and that's exactly what I did this week. Also, as I am filming this right now, and then Saturday, as this drops, Saturday night, Metallica live stream on Amazon Prime 40th anniversary concerts. I don't know if it'll be like the 30th anniversary concerts where they had King Diamond, Rob Halford. They had so many special guests. It was awesome. I don't know if they're doing that for the 40th anniversary with COVID and everything else. Who knows? But they got 2 free concerts very, very late at night. It is Pacific time. But I think it's like 9 o'clock Pacific time, I think, Friday and Saturday. If you're watching this, Friday already happened, but you can get in on Saturday, and I'm planning on doing that as well. So I just wanted to put that out there in case you guys didn't know or forgot about it. So there it is. Now we got it. You thought we had a ton of news. Man, we got a ton of pickups this week. It's going to pack a lunch, grab a drink. It's going to take some time. Let's get down to it. Let's get down to the weekly purchases. We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. All right, let's jump into the weekly purchases. And if you guys remember last week in weekly purchases, all you had to do was leave a comment down below on the video of weekly purchases last week. And the winner was going to get 2 Ultimate Warrior figures. Yes, an old school Jax Class Superstar and I guess an old school Mattel Basic Ultimate Warrior I was giving away. And the winner of that giveaway, drum roll please, Kat Shahan. S-H-A-H-A-N. So Kat, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram so I can get your address, and I will send those off to you ASAP. So thank you, everybody, for entering out there. We'll keep doing giveaways. I got a lot more stuff to give away, and we'll get to it maybe next week. We'll see. But make sure you're following me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. Of course, right here on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, all that fun stuff. So there you go. I forgot to mention this week, for you Midwesterners like myself this week, heck of a storm came through, blew my fence over. It was just a disaster out there, a lot of tornadoes and stuff like that. I know there's tornadoes off to the east of me the week before, so some crazy, crazy weather. December, 74 degrees in December, just absolutely unheard of. But it was a rough week for my fence, but you know what? We'll make it through. We'll recover. I lost 3 pieces of fence and had to go out there and put it back together. So Handyman Kyle rides again. So there you go. Let's get into the weekly purchases. We got like 4 or 5 rounds of weekly purchases. Crazy for the week before Christmas. Sometimes the stars just align. They all come, and that's exactly what happened this week. So let's start it off. Let's get going. Ninja Turtle Madness, Turtle Anxiety defeated once again. Pick up your t-shirt on ProWrestlingTees.com. We've got the Ninja Turtle Pizza Monster. I was shocked how big this is. Look how big this guy is. I was absolutely shocked. I ordered quite a few of these. Only one has come so far. But look for this as an unboxing on the channel very soon. So you Turtle fans, hopefully you pick that one up this week. And speaking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ace Duck and Mutagen Man came this week. So I always love it when it comes before the store. Nothing worse than pre-ordering from NECA and then finding it at Target the next day. Didn't happen this time. So I got these guys. So we got some Ninja Turtle Anxiety to take care of. And we got the top 10 Ninja Turtle figures of 2021. We still got to do that video. So that'll be coming in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. And then it is the season out there, isn't it? It's the season for Krampus. You guys, we talked about this, I think, the last couple of weeks on the channel. Mythic Legion's Krampus came here right before, earlier today, before I filmed weekly purchases. So it came today. Very happy to get Krampus. Very timely with the holiday season, all that kind of fun stuff. Probably have to unbox this on the channel this week. Don't you think this is the week to unbox Krampus? Find my best holiday sweatshirt. We'll unbox Krampus on the channel this week. Very excited. I should have bought a couple of those. They're a great looking box, great looking everything. I'd like to have one in the package, one to open, but anyways, I'll live with one. I think I could survive. How about a little Motorhead action? Super 7, there it is. Got this at Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below. I've had this in my pile of loot forever, and I shipped a bunch of stuff, and this was one of the things that was in there. So I am complete. I do have all these Super 7 Motorhead and Lemmy figures. Very cool. Always fun to have new Motorhead stuff in the collection. You guys know that. Last week we had some of these. I got the other 15 this week. I got my Copco risers. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description below on these. I love these. If you're using bookcases, I don't recommend these for detolfs, but if you do get a bookcase, especially a white bookcase, these are the best risers in the game. And I've tried a lot of different things out there, and that's my opinion, and guess what? I'm sticking to it. So there you go. Now we get to some more fun stuff. It's all fun stuff, but I know a lot of you guys that watch my channel, you enjoy this probably the most. What am I talking about? AEW Unmatched Series 2. There's old MJF. These will be coming to the channel probably this week. Here's the heavy hitter there. I'm very excited. We probably got to unbox him first, don't we? From the Luminaries line, inside of a line, we got Sting. It's Sting. So I'm happy to have Sting, of course. Then you get Santina. Santina? I didn't know Santina was back. We got the women's title with her? I don't know. But Santina, Santino, Santana. How about it? There it is. Santana Ortiz. Getting another one of these fabulous looking figures. Very, very strong set Unmatched Series 2. It's going to really change my top 10 unrivaled, unmatched AEW figures for 2021. I kind of assumed these would be in 2022's list. I didn't think they'd make it for this year. Here we are. They're here. So these guys get put into that top 10 list. It's going to be a wild top 10 AEW figures. So look for that. I would say the week after Christmas. We'll give it some time to marinate a little bit. But the last week of the year, we're going to knock a lot of top 10 lists out. So be ready for that. Ty Conte, oh baby, look at that one. That'll be a very interesting unboxing for many reasons out there. Maybe my wife will help me with this unboxing. She would love it. She would love it. There you go. Wardlow, another one, as you guys know in this set. Very, very cool. Love Wardlow. Love a big figure. Love a fist on my AEW figures. So we got Wardlow. So Unmatched Series 2 through the door. Very, very excited for that. But then the hits keep on coming. How about Mattel Elite? You guys knew this was coming eventually, and it's here. Today's the day. We've got the Boss, WCW, possibly the greatest chase we've ever had in the Mattel Elite line. I would love it if they did more stuff like this in the future. Hopefully they do, but we got the old Boss, Elite 90 chase through the door. And then last ones of round one. Kyle's a sucker. He's a fool in his money every once in a while. And Amazon had a big sale where they were matching Target. Well, if you go to Target and you look for Jurassic Park figures, yes, Jurassic Park, who do you see? You see old John Hammond. He's right up there with Rio, Cape Season, Lando Calrissian. Hopefully you saw my figure hunting video this week. Cape Season is in full swing, apparently. Lando, as far as the eye can see. He's taking over for Rio, it seems like. But we also got Jurassic Park figures this week. We got John Hammond, we got Dr. Alan Grant, and we got Ellie Sattler from the Jurassic Park line. Kyle, why did you buy these? You're asking yourself. I don't know. What am I thinking? But it was buy two, get one free. Got to get a deal out there. But is it a deal if you got figures you weren't normally going to get? I don't know. That math doesn't check for me. But what it does, I figure I could use these people somewhere. Either in a wrestling crowd. I can use them with some Marvel Legends. I'm going to find some use to these. I think she's got a camera with her. She'd be a cameraman at ringside of a wrestling event. There's a lot that could be done with these, much like Jeff Goldblum and Samuel L. Jackson's figures we got in the past. But I'll probably unbox all three of these together one day on the channel. Probably not anytime soon. But as I always say in these weekly purchases videos, if there's something you see that you want moved to the top of the list, let me know and I'll get after it. So I will do that. If you want to see these Jurassic Parks bad enough, guess what? I'll put them to the top of the list. But you guys tell me. All right, that's round one of weekly purchases. I got 1, 2, 3 more. 3 more rounds to do a weekly purchases. So let's do it. Let's dive into round 2. All right, round 2 is here. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. This sweater, hot. It's hot. It's a hot sweater. Keep you warm on a nice winter day, especially when it's like 60 degrees outside. That's neither here nor there. All right, now there's a store that opened today, or yesterday, whatever time is, opened in my area, really close to my house, actually, and it's one of these liquidation stores, and some of you guys that live in bigger cities and stuff, you've probably had these for years. But this is new for my area, and basically they take Amazon, Target, returns, all this, they throw them in the big dump bins. Everything's $8 on Friday, everything's $8 on Saturday, Sunday $7, $6, $5, $4, and then it starts all over. You guys get the point there. But it was very interesting. Never been in one of those before. Yeah, not a lot of good stuff. I was imagining there'd be some great deals out there, and really not any good deals out there. I don't know if I would go back. I wouldn't make it a weekly stop, let's put it that sake. But I did pick up a couple of things out there. One thing I saw, it was like a little bit of a stand action right here. So it's like a clear stand, and this is only like $7. You can put figures up here and down here. I thought that was cool. I said, you know what, I can find use for this somewhere. I don't know where, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, and that's what I'll do. So I got that. And then they had these, even though they were a little cracked, which I found out afterwards, of course, but it's like a container. It's almost like a fishing tackle container, but it has nice compartments going on here. Figure I could put my baggies of hands in this. I thought that would be kind of nice, and I got 2 of these for $8. So I thought that was kind of a deal, and you know what I always say, you got to get a deal out there. So I felt like that was all right, but I don't know. Maybe some of you guys hit those things up. Tell me in the comments if you've ever had a sweetheart of a deal, something amazing. Did you ever get like an iPad for $8? I just don't see it happening, but I guess stranger things have happened out there. All right, then we turn our attention to Amazon. I think I put this up on my social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter. I think I put this up on Saturday. Amazon had Santos Escobar for $13, or maybe it was $12. I can't remember at this point. I already have this. We unboxed it on the channel, but I said, you know what? I wouldn't mind another one of these. I can use that cruiserweight title with somebody else, maybe Roderick Strong, possibly. But then I figured I would use this with his masthead, so I could have 2 different versions of the character. You guys know where I'm going with that. But I picked that one up. Felt like no harm, no foul at that price. That's what I did. So hopefully some of you guys took advantage. Speaking of advantage, I took advantage of Ringside Collectibles' big holiday sale. I don't know if it was Cyber 3.0, 4.0, 10.0, what they're at right now, but I did use discount code Kyle to get a deal, and I got this in the mail. I totally forgot about it, and when I unboxed it, I said, well, I don't even know why I bought some of this stuff. I have no idea what I was thinking. Some of this stuff will be going to toy drives next year is what we're going to do. But let's dive into it. Now, here's what I got. I got another Liv Morgan. I don't even remember the prices. I'm sure they were pretty cheap. But I got another Liv Morgan. I have some plans maybe to put Scarlett's head on here. We'll see. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I got this John Morrison Elite, very cheap. What I was thinking with this one is that Sting figure, maybe putting the jacket on him. I think that Luminaries one, the Walmart exclusive, I don't think that comes with the jacket. And I might see about using this jacket on him. So I got that idea. So John Morrison, kind of a scrap pile. Then I got this Finn Balor. I think it was $2.99. Maybe it was $3.99. And then I realized I already have this Finn Balor. Why did I get another one? So I'll probably give this one to a toy drive maybe next year. So Finn Balor through the door. And then I got Roderick Strong. I don't know why. I don't know why I got this, but it was a deal. It was cheap. And I said, oh, I missed the Undisputed Era. I didn't know what I had. I didn't really like them when they were here, and now I miss them. But I think they might be coming back together one of these days. Maybe without Roddy, though. But I got that one. Then I got Scarlett. Like I said, I might try to pop this head and put it on Liv. So we got Scarlett there. What else they got? Then they had the Viking Raiders. Weren't these like $5.99 for both of them? You guys know I'm a sucker for a pirate, and I'm also a sucker for a Viking. Who would have thought? But Eric and Ivar, I figured, what the heck? That's $5 or whatever these are. That's okay. They got a little face paint going on. They're Vikings. I felt like this was the deal. I felt like this was really the deal of the holidays. The holiday season, if you will. So we got that. Then I got another John Morrison. I don't know why. I got this John Morrison, and I figure I'll use this tag team title belt with somebody else. Don't know why I got this figure. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's the way it goes sometimes. And speaking of don't know what I'm going to do, what am I going to do with this Otis figure? It was $8. Otis, that seems like a deal, especially that lunchbox and everything else. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I absolutely lost my mind. And like I said, I unboxed this. I said, Kyle, what kind of state of mind were you in when you ordered some of this stuff? And it's a mystery. It will be a mystery forever. And I don't even drink, so I don't know what happened there. We continue on. Kyle O'Reilly to match that Roderick Strong a little bit. So I got those two. I think that was the plan, but I got those. So there's that. And then the last one, old Drew McIntyre, the 249 special WrestleMania edition. Absolutely no idea why I got this one. This isn't even worth $249 to me, but this will go to a toy drive for sure. I have no reason to have this in my collection at all. I have so many Drew McIntyres, and I even have that basic that came with the Wrecking Cycle we unboxed this week. I have no idea. I'm an absolute maniac sometimes, as you guys fully know out there. So there's another round of weekly purchases under our belt. Let's take it up. Let's do a round 3. All right, round 3 is a wise young Mike Nesmith used to say, and the hits keep on coming. And Mike Nesmith died last week. Truly one of my heroes, one of the greatest musicians of all time. Yes, hear me out. Go look up Mike Nesmith, his solo career. A lot deeper story to Mike Nesmith than just being one of the Monkees. A longtime favorite of mine, so really tough for me when he died last week. So I want to throw that in here as well. A lot of news going on this week. So let's continue straight off the presses. I don't know, from Amazon. We've got old, what's this guy? Bodhi Rook from the Rogue One collection. I think this is the only Rogue One figure I might be picking up. I think maybe one other one. I can't remember. I ordered this so long ago, but he finally came this week. So a new Black Series. Feels like it's been quite a while since we've had a new Black Series figure. But speaking of Star Wars, if you guys saw my figure hunting video this week, walked into a case of Star Wars vintage collection at like 7, 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. Toy aisles are getting stocked all times of the day during the holidays, and I was just very lucky to show up. Rebel Soldier from The Empire Strikes Back. How about that? Oh, one of our old favorites from The Empire Strikes Back. Oh, Lobot. Oh, Lobot. He's coming to the Black Series. I cannot wait for that. Then we got the Mythrol from The Mandalorian. Very, very cool. The Mythrol. And then, of course, Quill from The Mandalorian as well. Beautiful stuff here. I'm trying to get out of these vintage collection figures, but first time in the line, guys, the guys I don't have, it's hard for me not to get them. And then we got Bib Fortuna. I'm a sucker for Bib Fortuna. I got the classic Bib Fortuna. We'll probably unbox these together on the channel, so stay tuned for that. And then finally from The Mandalorian, Bo-Katan. Of course, Bo-Katan, Mandalorian expert. But I got some vintage collection this week. I was kind of surprised myself. I didn't assume to find these. I was hoping I'd find that new Black Series wave with Bib Fortuna. Still no signs in my area, so stay tuned for that. How about I Gotta Get a Deal special? One of the Studio 86 Transformers figures I was missing. I ended up picking this off of Mercari, very cheap. I shot a lowball offer for $25 and ended up getting this guy. So I was happy to get that off my list this week. Not very many Transformer pickups, but you guys know me. I'm a sucker for that 86 movie. I always will be. And then we got a huge figure. A figure I was very surprised. Much bigger than I anticipated out there. From The Princess's Bride, old Fezzik. Yes, Fezzik, Andre the Giant. Look how big that is. It's about the size of a deluxe pop vinyl box is how big this is. Just absolutely crazy how huge of a box this is. So we'll unbox this on the channel, do some Andre comparisons, but awfully big. Maybe one of these days Kyle will see The Princess Bride. Never have seen it, and you guys know I'm not a huge movie guy out there, so you'd be shocked. There's a lot of movies I've never seen, so there you go. So that's round 3. I think we got one round left. One round. Oh, I got one more. Whoop, one more. Hold on. Lady J. Yes, I got another Lady J. Got to get a deal out there. It'll be all clear in a little bit. But Lady J, I decided I needed 2 Lady J's for the different head sculpts. So I wanted to put this one with the hat was my plan there. And if you missed that Top 10 G.I. Joe Classified Series video of 2021, check that out on the channel. So that is officially round 3. Now we turn our attention to weekly purchases, round 4. All right, it's time for round 4, and you got to finish strong. Always finish strong, whatever you do out there. Always give it that last push to victory. And I don't know if we have victory, but we're round 4 of weekly purchases, and we got a lot more stuff to go through. And I'm out of table space, but we'll try to power through out there. We'll power through. Via Big Bad Toy Store, MOC Masters plastic protector cases for He-Man Origin Deluxe figures. I needed these for the Hordak, the He-Man, the Skeletor, the Ram-Man, Clamp Champ, Mosquitoer, you know, figures like that. So I have this here. So I was happy to get those. We'll see how good they are. I've always used the Zolo World cases. That's my first go around the sun with the MOC Masters. Hopefully I like those because they are fairly more easy to get than the Zolo World cases. So hopefully they are good. Got to get a deal out there. I don't know why, but $16 on Amazon this week. I put the link up on my social media. Once again, make sure you're following along. The Wind Raider, $16. Man, what a deal for a fabulous vehicle. There is multiple ones in the He-Man universe, so I figured that. I also said maybe I'll just use this as a mint on card example. Well, Amazon took that option away from me as this is beat up. This is the most beat up package I've had from Amazon. I'm very fortunate from Ringside and Amazon. I know people complain about them all the time, but I've truly been very fortunate over the years. Unfortunately, this one a little bit beat up more than I would like, so we'll see what I end up doing with that. But $16, fabulous deal. Hopefully you guys got in on that one, as that was a beautiful deal, beautiful savings out there in the wild. How about this one? The Sorceress. Yes, the Sorceress, Grayskull version of Sorceress. Now this, I got a regular version of the Sorceress. I got an extra one. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I have an extra Sorceress in white from the Grayskull pack. I'm going to do my own little custom here. I slit the bottom and I slid her in there. It's a way to get this on card. It looks okay. I would never sell this and say, oh, this is real or anything. It's just kind of for my own collection out there. But as you guys saw last week at Target, Target always deals. We talk about it all the time throughout the holidays. You can always get a deal at Target. They had a spend $100 in toys, select toys, get $20 back free or whatever. I ended up getting this Sorceress. I got that Lady J. I got all those vintage collection figures. And I got one other thing. And anyways, ended up getting $20 back. Away I went. So that's why I did this. But it's for my own collection. You guys understand out there. So I got that. Next up, I got to thank good brother John. John Thurmond out there, good friend of the channel. He sent me a very, very nice letter. Very appreciative of John here. He helped me out. He watches weekly purchases. He watches the videos on the channel. He's a bit of a turtle hunting legend out there. More of an East Coast legend. But John, I can't appreciate it enough out there. He knows I've been on the hunt for these. And you see in my figure hunting video, no sign anywhere. I don't know where they are in my area. Maybe they'll never show up. But he did me a solid. He sent these to me. Very, very nice. Very much appreciate him. I got my set to unbox here. We're talking Masters of the WWE Universe Series 8? 7 and 8? Now I'm getting confused. But it is technically the last series, even though I don't have the series before it yet. Yeah, go figure. But I got China right there. China. Rey Mysterio as Stratos once again. And Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I got these three. Thanks to John. He sent these my way. I'm going to unbox these on the channel. I just really do appreciate John, you being a good brother out there, hooking me up with these. Yeah, it's tough to find stuff. Even for old figure hunting Kyle, I'm out there. You guys see it every week, but you can't find everything. And for some reason, these did not hit my area. I hear from a lot of people out there, the Hollywood version of The Rock and John Cena are everywhere. I saw my first John Cena in my local area this week, and I think it was just a return. Some of you guys are swimming in like 50 rocks at your store. Not one of the Walmarts, in the 14 Walmarts I hit, not one of them have the Hollywood set. So I'm still on the lookout for that rock. I'm not sweating it, but it's just weird. Distribution to the Midwest has been a little iffy on a few things lately, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But now we turn our attention to books. Yes, books. I used to be an avid reader, and then I started YouTube, and I haven't been able to read as much. I've been very busy in the last 2 years or so. But I ended up getting the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Omnibus Edition. Omnibus, did I say that right? Big, big, thick, hardcover, beautiful book. Gotta get a deal. This was on sale at Amazon and Walmart for the longest time, and old Kyle said, I gotta get a deal. I'm gonna wait for this thing to go on deeper clearance. And guess what? It sold out, never to return, and then it returned. It's like 150 bucks everywhere. I said, you gotta be kidding me. So naturally, I did what anybody in my situation would do. I fired up a message to that old outlaw Waylon Jennings. I said, Waylon, give me the 411 out there. Where can I find this? And where can I gotta get a deal at? And he found me a copy, brand new, and I only had to pay, I think, $90 for this. It is a lot, but it's a beautiful set, but much better than, 150 bucks or something I was gonna pay. So I finally got this. When I'll read this, man, your guess is as good as mine. It might be when I retire, but we'll see. But happy to have this. I'm going to delve into a little He-Man comic book reading, and that's what I got with that. So there you go. Now, speaking of He-Man, we just carry on with some He-Man talk. Scareglow, the final piece of the Masters of the Universe Revelations Series 3 puzzle I was missing. We did unbox this one, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive one on the channel, but now we got the regular edition. We can do the old compare and contrast. Oh, everybody loves a good compare and contrast. We'll do that. Then hot off the press today, Master Universe Revelations Orko and Savage He-Man. A little 2-pack going on here. So I'm excited to see what all the fuss is about on that one. Is there fuss? You guys tell me. Is there fuss on that one? All right, we got 2 things left. I mean, unbelievable how big this weekly purchases has been. When I didn't expect to have hardly anything this week, and it's just all fires at once. Just absolutely crazy. We're keeping it with He-Man, and this is the deal of the week. I wish I had a bell or some confetti to come down, something like that. But I got this from GameStop for $4. Yes, you heard that right, $4. Long game pays off. He-Man, there it is, the big giant pop vinyl. I got Beastman, I got Skeletor, I got Trapjaw. Now I got He-Man, and it was only $4. For some reason, he was only $20 in store. Kyle had a $10 gift certificate for being a member, plus my $5 gift certificate, plus like a $2 coupon of some sort that was in my thing. I don't know how it got there, but I gladly paid like $4.23 for this. Had no problems with that. So beautiful. Completed that big pop vinyl collection, I guess, until they come out with somebody else. Is there going to be a merman? Is there going to be other people? Maybe one of you guys that follow this a little closer than I do can let me know in the comments down below. Then the final piece of the puzzle was a strange one, an interesting one. I had my eye on it in the figure hunt videos the last couple of weeks, and I finally pulled the trigger along with that coupon at Target. Got to get a deal. I don't care what you're saying out there. Get a deal no matter what. And I did that. And I went back to Jurassic Park. Yes, beautiful this time of year. A little bit buggy, a little dangerous, to be honest with you guys out there. I wouldn't recommend going to Jurassic Park, but I did, and I picked up a dinosaur. And what is this? The Apatosaurus. He looks like a brontosaurus to me. Uh-oh, we're losing stuff. It was bound to happen. But there he is. You can kind of see him right there. We'll unbox this on the channel most likely one of these days. Holy cow, where do I even put this? Let me scoot over. Let me scoot over a little bit. But I picked up that dinosaur because if you guys follow the He-Man prototypes, and if you're really into the He-Man figures of old, there was a prototype for a dinosaur way back when, never came out, and I figured this kind of is tongue-in-cheek little representation of that. And I thought it would look great with my Origins figures, so I pulled the trigger. Got to get a deal out there, like I said. A little bit off the wall, but I'm here for it. I like stuff like that every once in a blue moon. So it is what it is, and like I said, we'll talk about that on the channel in a little more detail, as well as all of this other stuff in the next couple of weeks. And as always, let me know if there's something you want to see it moved up to the front of the list. Just let me know, and we can maybe work on that out there. So a very big weekly purchases week out there. I'd love to hear what you guys picked up this week. Of course, make sure you follow me on YouTube. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you retweet this video out there. You know, the more support, the better. You guys know how that goes. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. All kinds of deals, all kinds of stuff posted up on those. So you want to make sure you're following me out there. Future giveaways as well. You can't forget about those. So make sure you're following, subscribed, all that kind of fun stuff out there. So I hope everybody this week, if you're celebrating early, whatever, if you enjoy Christmas, if you're celebrating the Christmas season, enjoy Christmas. But I'll be back here next week for a Christmas weekly purchases. Yes, even Christmas I'll be here. Hardest working man in YouTube, never takes a day off. You guys know how that goes. No days off Kyle Peterson. That's what they're going to start calling me. But you know what they always call me? They call me the man that's rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling his way into the weekend. I'll see you guys all next week.